So good morning. I'm just laughing because I've walked along this path and it's probably about I don't know. It's way off the beaten track anyway. And this is like a quarry road, and this car just came past like 2 seconds ago, and now he's going back the other way. It's no fucking coincidence, you know. JT02FLT. Yeah, gang stalking fucks. They're like fat lazy bastard. I'm fat as well, so I shouldn't use that as a description of people, but fucking lazy bastards. They can't be arsed walking to follow me, so they they take the roadway. It's a private road. It leads up to like a private bit. It just made me laugh. Fucking fat useless cunts. Anyway, it's my sweary over for the. I'll get sacked off of Facebook, won't I? Too much swearing. It's a very Scottish thing. But yeah, I'm in a bit of a different location, as you can see. There's not much beach around here. I had to get away for a little while. I had to get away for a few reasons, and I'll go into the other reasons in another video. But I mean, they were just driving me nuts. The people in that house, the 4 of them, they were, obviously sent to up the ante in terms of pissing me off, and it was definitely having full effect on me. So that was one of the reasons that I had to get away. It was I was ready to fly for one of them. Fly for in English is go for, like fucking kick the shit out of one of them. And I was sizing them up to see who would be the easiest to kick the shit out. And I've got it in my mind, so when I go back, if they carry on, that one's fucking getting it, I don't care anymore. I'm kidding. It's funny because in one of my other videos I said about people should be aware of the consequences of doing these things, and what's to stop me stabbing one of them repeatedly in the throat. And 2 days after that happened, they all got extra locks put on their doors. It's only me that has just the one lock. I have this shitty lock on the doorknob, just like a key, like I had in the last place that I lived. It'd take a paper clip to bust this fucking thing. So, but they've all got that as well. But then after I said that, 2 days later, they all got Yale locks, proper locks with proper keys. I never, of course, so I've just got the breakable lock, the easy to open, even an amateur burglar could open one of those. But yeah, I found that kind of funny. They obviously taking note, thinking, oh shit, she might actually stab one of us repeatedly in the throat. It didn't make them change their actions right enough. They're still being complete cunts. Just the noise and the shit. It was a Sunday one morning, and they obviously, I've kind of got it worked out a little bit that they kind of take it in turns. They take it in shifts, and I've heard them talking about that, about taking it in shifts. In the last place I worked, I heard, one of the support worker, the gang stalking support worker. Hi, Miss Perrin, if you're watching. Hi, Sam. Gang stalker. She was talking to one of the other people that lived in my last place about, you could do shifts. You only have to do like a 6-hour shift. It's like encouraging them to take a little shift in this gang stalking role that they're doing. So, yeah, sorry. So anyway, I was one Sunday morning, I heard one of them going, I'm going to go. They don't speak Scottish, they speak Southern English, scumbags, but I'm going to go absolutely mental today. Oh, they're getting it today. I'm going to go absolutely all out. And then just played their shitty music. This guy's like in his 40s, like he's older than me. I think he's like 48 or something. And he's playing shitty boom, boom, boom music all day. And just where they've got me positioned, obviously they set it up well in advance. So there's a railway line right next to it, and they've got the sounds of the railway all the time, but then they'll play songs like piggybacking onto the back of the railway. I don't know if you've ever watched any Look Out for Charlie stuff, but he kind of explains that, they'll play sinister sounds, so to anyone not really paying attention, they would think it was just the sound of the railway, but it's definitely not. It's sounds piggybacking over the sounds of the railway. And then there'd be, obviously, I don't know what they're called. I always used to kind of maybe dismiss people that talked about direct energy weapons and, you know, that kind of thing as, you know, a bit kooky, but at the same time, not kooky, but I kind of thought, I don't want to start talking about any of that shit because then it might happen to me, and I didn't, but it did anyway. So yeah, lo and behold, I was getting like burning sensation, and it was always my nose, like the top of my nose, the bridge of my nose. I don't know if they're trying to destroy my sense of smell or something. Maybe I can fucking smell these fuckers. And maybe when I was a child, I did used to, I do remember I used to be able to distinguish smells and kind of attribute them to other more common smells, you know. So I don't know if that's something that they kind of picked up, that I had some kind of sixth sense or whatever you want to call it, you know. I don't, again, I can't think of the words, but people kind of, you start sounding a bit crazy when you start talking about this kind of stuff, don't you? And I'm very aware of that, I really am. So, you know, if you think I'm crazy, then feel free. I'm actually very normal, very normal, very normal. I'm just being gang stalked. I'm a very normal, down to earth person, but yeah, they were doing it to the, you know, the heat all the time, to the bridge of my nose and my stomach. So I don't know what they're trying to do, cause some kind of fucking cancer or something. I don't know, but yeah, it just got too much. It was just constant. It was round the clock, you know, absolutely round the clock. And I have other reasons for coming here, but as I'm still here, I can't really go into those at the moment, but I will. And I do need to go back there, and because all my belongings are there, and I'm fucking sure I'm not going to leave them cunts. I'd rather give it a charity shop and leave them cunts to go through it all, or set up little scenarios in my room with other people, you know. It's all very much in my mind that they can you know, get someone that kind of looks similar to me and stage photos or videos of things that I've been doing. It's happened to me in the past, so I'm very, very aware that could be happening right now while I'm not there. I've also been discouraged from going and collecting my things, which, you know, from someone who's meant to really care about you and want the best for you, it seems quite suspicious to me. And for someone that I would say that I'm a certain percentage sure that they're involved in this. I'm being very cagey, but I'm staying there at the moment, so I don't want to say too much until I leave, but then I will give you the whole story. I'm also jumping from one subject to the next, which is, you know, it's just the way my little simple mind works, my little mentally ill mind works. It's usually quite a nice view here, but it's really, really misty today, so you can't really see that much, apart from the gang stalking cunt in that car. But we won't take any interest in him. But there's been no I don't know whether you call them direct energy weapons. I don't know what the fuck they are. I just know I was feeling heat, and then, you know, they would cunts that were living in that house would talk and go, you know, they would have their dog and they would go, oh, it's hot for the dog today. That's what they refer to me as, the dog. You know, I don't know. Am I a dog? I mean, I don't torment anybody or partake in gang stalking or try and get anyone to kill themselves. So, I mean, I'm the dog. That's fair enough. You call me what you like. If it soothes your soulless souls, you can crack on with that. Yeah. Also, I had really bad constipation at one point, and one of them comes out of his room and he says, oh, the dog hasn't been for a poo today. And I thought, yeah, you're fucking right. I mean, it's how do they know this shit? I mean, it's definitely spiritual, isn't it? It's definitely some kind of simulation, some kind of, you know, gang stalking simulation that I think we're in. It's kind of strange. I'll tell you a quick story, because I don't want to run out of time and have to bin this video and do it all over again. It's a pain in the hole. But I was in the army when I was young, in the British Army. I've only done a few years, but I was quite young when I joined, and I remember we were driving. One day we had to take all the vehicles to a port somewhere. They were getting shipped off somewhere. It was it was like late 90s, you know, so it was just before kind of Afghanistan and all that kind of kicked off, you know, before the Americans and the British invaded to try and steal all their oil, but that's a whole nother subject. We were driving to the port and we were in pairs, and it wasn't my time to drive, so I kind of must have nodded off. We weren't meant to nod off, but I was always fucking nodding off. I'm always falling asleep, but it's probably programmed into me as well that, you know, I can't, when they want me to sleep, I sleep. That's just it, you know, it's mind control, isn't it? But anywho, did not rabbit on. So I was with this guy driving, you know, and we were going up to the port, and I fell asleep and I woke up, and I remember it's one of those dreams that you distinctly remember, and I've had a few. I've had other ones round about the time when my parents died that I'll maybe tell you about later. But I woke up and I said to him, oh, imagine, I was still kind of in a bit of a dream state, and I said, imagine we were really in the army and we were really driving trucks. And he kind of laughed and scoffed at me, you know, and he said, Emma, we are really in the army and we are really driving trucks. And by that time I was like fully awake, and I kind of laughed and I said, oh yeah, but it's always stuck with me, you know, as if, was I really in the army? Was I really driving trucks? Or was in that dream state I was remembering that this is all just a fucking dream? You know, none of this shit's real. It's all it's all simulated, isn't it? Like, these people can't possibly know the shit that they know. Even if they've been recording in your house for your whole life, there's just some stuff that it wouldn't be possible for them to know. And just the way that they kind of synchronise with you and the things that they say, and you know, they're obviously all mind controlled as well. I think it's probably about trying to break free from that whole mind control, the MK Ultra, the programming that we've all got put in us, you know. Because there's things that I've said as well in the past, and even as I was saying them at the time, I thought, I'd be thinking to myself, this isn't something that I would say. And I've got quite a dark, kind of dry sense of humour, but it's not in that respect. It's words that would come out of my mouth that are words that I just wouldn't use, and I wouldn't use in that context, you know. And it doesn't make sense to me. It's distinctive. It stands out to me now, but you know, at the time I would just, well, at the time even then I would think, why are you saying that? You know, that doesn't make any sense for you to be saying that thing. And I do honestly believe that we are all mind controlled. This is like an MK Ultra program, and I think some of us are souled. I think some of us do have souls, and we can kind of see through it, but we're made to believe that everything around us is real, and there's so many people putting so many blocks in our way and doing such, you know, horrible things to us. It's to keep us traumatised, you know, to keep us at such a low level, to keep us so sad and so down and so, you know, lonely and away from other people who are very similar to us. And you know, I think it definitely starts in childhood. You know, I think the trauma begins in childhood from our parents, and whether they realise it or not, but I don't know. And then we probably pass the same thing on to our children if we're not kind of awakened by then, if we don't see what's going on by then. That's just my theory anyway. You know, maybe I need medication as well. I had to unsubscribe to a few channels because they were just, I got a kind of bullying vibe from them, you know, and it was just the way that they were kind of talking about other people, you know. You talk about gang stalking and people are trying to ruin your life, and they're, you know, overstepping all your boundaries and your privacy and everything, and then you go calling someone out and saying that they're mentally ill and they drink too much on another channel. It seems a bit, what's the word? Hypocritical. Yeah, it does seem hypocritical, doesn't it? It seems like you're using the exact same tactics as you talk about other people are using on you, so I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I had to unsubscribe to some other channels because they're just fucking guff, you know. Guff is a very Scottish word, look it up, guff. But anyway, that's all for now, so, you know, hope I haven't rambled too much and kind of been a little bit understandable. So you take care and all that. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.